What's going on? How everybody doing? I'm well. I'm back at practice today, so I'm thankful. Reps. I think that's pretty much it. Is reps.
Shedeur Sanders is back, and the Browns are feeling the heat. After just one training session, Shedeur proved why he's the future of this franchise, completely altering the perspective. As Dylan Gabriel struggled to seize his moment, Shedeur's return delivered instant karma. The Browns now find themselves at a crossroads that could change everything. Shedeur Sanders didn't need multiple sessions to prove he's the real deal. After just one return to the field, he showed everyone exactly why his name should be in the quarterback conversation. While Dylan Gabriel was being hyped as the favorite to take over, Shedeur made his statement clear. He's the one to watch. His performance was so dominant that it completely changed the entire dynamic of the quarterback competition. Some believed Gabriel had taken the lead while Shedeur was sitting out, but when Shedeur returned, he reminded everyone of his brilliance. Gabriel, who was handed every chance to shine in Shedeur's absence, couldn't keep up. The Browns coaching staff, who had been looking for consistency, suddenly found it in Shedeur, and even the doubters had to pay attention.
Did you need an MRI?
The MRI for what?
To check everything.
I hope I ain't break anything. Yeah.
It didn't happen.
Shedeur, have you been
Buddy, come on now.
Dylan Gabriel had all the opportunities to rise to the occasion, but his numbers painted a different picture. With Shedeur sidelined, the stage was set for Gabriel to show his worth, but instead of rising, he faltered. In one of his most critical sessions, Gabriel completed only 11 out of 22 reps, 50%. That's a performance that's not going to win anyone over, especially not when Shedeur is healthy and ready to go. It wasn't just a bad day at the office for Gabriel, it was a pattern. Go back to day 8 of camp, and Gabriel's numbers were even worse. Out of 14 reps, he completed just 3 passes. 11 of his throws were off target. It wasn't just rust or nerves, this was a lack of rhythm, consistency, and awareness. The defense had figured him out, and Gabriel had no answers. As his struggles continued, Shedeur's return exposed the glaring gap between them. When Shedeur was on the field, it was a completely different story. His performance was nothing short of masterful. In just 9 reps, he completed 7 with absolute control, finishing with an efficiency rate of nearly 80%. But it wasn't just about the numbers. Some of his throws were so perfect that they could have been straight out of a highlight reel. Tight windows, pinpoint timing, and leading his receivers with precision. One moment that stood out had the whole field electric. In a collapsing pocket with pressure mounting rapidly, Shedeur remained calm. He didn't panic. Instead, he threaded a perfect pass through traffic to Luke Floria. The ball was on target, the timing was flawless, and the play was a reminder of just how well Shedeur operates under pressure. Shedeur didn't let up. In his next session, he delivered another standout performance. After receiving the snap with just one defender in his sight, Shedeur read the coverage perfectly. He quickly rolled to his right and fired a pinpoint strike into the receiver's hands. It was a tight window, but the throw was spot on. The receiver was immediately met by defenders, but the job was done. Shedeur's calm and clean execution proved that he's not just flashy, he's consistently precise when it counts. His chemistry with the receivers was on full display, and his ability to stay cool under pressure showed just how much poise he brings to the field. As Shedeur continued to impress, the gap between him and Gabriel only grew wider. The coaching staff, players, and fans couldn't help but notice his growth, and the excitement around him was palpable. Unfortunately for Dylan Gabriel, things only got worse. During practice, Gabriel suffered a minor hamstring injury. While it doesn't appear to be serious, it's enough to keep him off the field for now. And in a competition this tight, even a short absence could be costly. Shedeur, on the other hand, is gaining momentum, and every rep he gets is making his case stronger. Gabriel's setback opened the door even wider for Shedeur to showcase what he can do. With Gabriel sidelined, Shedeur is in prime position to take over. And when you combine his flawless performance with Gabriel's struggles, the question starts to shift. Can the Browns afford to ignore the rising star in Shedeur Sanders? Shedeur Sanders' continued rise has been nothing short of impressive. Not only did he push through the minor soreness, but his ability to manage the physical demands of the preseason shows his resilience and readiness for the long haul. He's been adapting to the intense environment in Cleveland, where fluctuating weather conditions made it difficult for many players to stay consistent. Shedeur's calm demeanor and professionalism have earned him the trust of his teammates, coaches, and fans. With every practice, he's proven that his talent is not just a flash in the pan. The injury concerns surrounding other quarterbacks only add to his case. Shedeur's health and consistency are becoming key factors in the ongoing quarterback battle. As he continues to sharpen his skills and get better with each rep, the competition is only intensifying. What started as a question about whether he could compete at the highest level is now a question of when he'll officially take the starting role. For the Browns, the stakes couldn't be higher. Choosing the right quarterback is crucial for shaping the team's future. While Joe Flacco brings years of experience to the table, the momentum Shedeur Sanders has built is undeniable. The team is at a crossroads. If they go with Flacco, they stick with the safety of veteran leadership, but it could mean missing out on the electrifying potential of a younger, more dynamic player. If they choose Shedeur, they embrace the future of the franchise, one that's proven itself in practice and has all the tools to lead the team to success. With the quarterback competition now narrowed down and Shedeur making a strong case, the Browns need to make a decision that will impact not only this season, but also the trajectory of their team for years to come. It's a choice that will define the team's next chapter, and the window for making it may close sooner than they expect. Shedeur Sanders has not just proven that he belongs, he's forced the Browns to rethink their entire quarterback strategy. With Dylan Gabriel sidelined and Pickett injured, the path is wide open for Shedeur to take the reins. The question now is whether the Browns are ready to hand him the keys to the franchise. If they do, this could mark the beginning of a new era in Cleveland, a shift in the quarterback depth chart, and the future of the team. Shedeur's performance speaks for itself. He's ready. The only question left is whether the Browns are ready to take that step with him.
If you'd have told me, let's see, we picked him on Saturday, right? Friday night driving home, y'all are going to pick Shedeur, I would say that's not happening.
Why did Shedeur Sanders, a top college quarterback with big-name swagger, slide all the way to the 5th round? Some claim NFL teams struck back at his legendary father, but something deeper is unfolding. Sabotage theories, power plays, and a young quarterback caught in the middle. The truth behind the headlines might just change how you see the NFL forever. Shedeur Sanders entered the 2025 NFL Draft as one of college football's brightest stars. He led Jackson State and later Colorado with electrifying production, earned the Golden Arm Award, and was projected by many as a first-round pick. Instead, he tumbled into the 5th round, landing at pick 144 with the Browns.
Jimmy Haslam met with reporters yesterday, and the issue came up again of the decision to use the 144th pick in the draft in round 5 on Shedeur Sanders after they had drafted Dylan Gabriel the day before in round 3. Here's Haslam.
That slide stunned analysts and fans. Commentators voiced confusion and disappointment. Patrick Mahomes called it crazy. The fall triggered speculation that factors beyond on-field talent played a role. Some speculated that front offices were wary of the media circus that might follow, especially with Deion Sanders commanding attention wherever he goes. Others pointed to the high expectations Shedeur carried with him, questioning whether he'd accept a backup role or push back if he wasn't immediately treated like a star. On First Take, Stephen A. Smith offered a controversial take. Some NFL insiders punished Shedeur to punish Deion Sanders. His words, "They punished his son to punish him." He framed it as a reactive move by power brokers in the league, not coordinated collusion, but driven by the noise around Coach Prime.
And they went and they punished his son to punish him. Deion knows it. I know it. Anybody with sense know it.
Smith declared it unfair and disrespectful to the player's talent and character. He went even further by comparing the situation to the league's treatment of Colin Kaepernick, drawing a line between media pressure and front office resistance to public figures seen as disruptive. Not everyone agreed. Cleveland Browns general manager Andrew Berry dismissed the idea that Shedeur was penalized because of his father. He clarified that their interactions with Deion were positive and decisions were made independently. League sources cited other reasons: poor interview performance, perceived entitlement, inconsistent pocket presence, and concerns about culture fit. One executive reportedly said Sanders had the worst formal interview he'd ever experienced. Another source claimed that Shedeur appeared too confident and not open to criticism, a red flag for franchises looking for coachable rookies. Owner Jimmy Haslam added to the confusion with remarks distancing himself from the pick. He emphasized that the GM made the call, not him. While not critical, the comments didn't reflect full endorsement and raised eyebrows about the organization's commitment to Sanders. It made fans question whether Haslam was fully behind the quarterback or already preparing to shift blame if things went wrong. Behind the scenes, Shedeur worked to control the narrative. He asked his father Dayon not to attend Brown's training camp until after preseason began. He told him he wasn't at the level he wanted to be and needed space to grow professionally.
Talk to me about that excitement watching them in the NFL. I saw you went and visit Shiloh down Tampa.
Shedeur told me not to come. Yeah, let's get that out.
I was about to ask
he told me not
why you hadn't gone to
he
Cleveland.
he didn't want me to come. He's like, Dad, I may get 3-4 reps at practice. I don't want you seeing that. Like, come on, no, I'm not where I need to be. Let me get where I need to be.
Dion confirmed the request in an interview with Michael Irvin. Shedeur's goal was to avoid distractions and stay focused during a highly competitive and media-saturated camp. It was a surprising and mature move, especially for someone who had grown up in the spotlight. He understood that the moment wasn't about flash or headlines, it was about growth. Local rumors claimed Cleveland was intentionally burying Shedeur. On July 31st, Ken Carman of 92.3. The fan delivered a fiery rebuttal. He insisted the Browns were giving Sanders a fair shot and that no one was trying to break him. Carman pointed out Sanders' active role in the community, selling jerseys, signing autographs, donating to local causes, and genuinely engaging with fans. According to Carman, Sanders was embraced, not avoided. The radio host even challenged critics to come to camp and see the energy around the rookie for themselves. They are doing everything they can to provide the fairest shot possible for him. I'll take it to my grave.
But they are doing everything they can for a guy like the name of Sanders, a star of his caliber. They're doing everything they can to provide the fairest shot possible for him. I will take it to my grave.
By late July, training camp hit full speed. Day 7 brought tackling drills and increased pressure on quarterbacks. Both rookies Sanders and Dylan Gabriel showed flashes despite limited first-team reps. Sanders remained 4th on the depth chart behind Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, and Gabriel. Deshaun Watson's Achilles injury and Pickett's hamstring issues temporarily elevated Gabriel, leaving an opening for Sanders if he earned it. He had moments of quick throws under pressure, strong command of the huddle, but consistency was still a work in progress. The coaches weren't making it easy, but they weren't shutting him out either. Off-field problems surfaced. Sanders received 2 speeding citations, once for driving 91 miles per hour, then 101 miles per hour in a 65 zone. GM Andrew Berry publicly warned that such behavior could carry consequences. Sanders acknowledged the mistakes, but the incidents added noise to an already intense preseason.
We told you yesterday Sanders was cited earlier this week. Well, records now show he was also cited for speeding in Medina County back on June 6th by the State Highway Patrol. That's just 11 days before he was clocked going 101 miles per hour in Strongsville.
Critics jumped on the story, questioning his judgment. Supporters argued that it showed the pressure he was under trying to balance expectations, perform, and stay perfect in a world that never stops watching. Trade rumors began to swirl. Former NFL cornerback Asante Samuel posed the possibility during a recent podcast episode, noting that Sanders could pique the interest of other quarterback-needy teams if he puts together an impressive showing in Cleveland's preseason opener against the Carolina Panthers on August 8. Samuel then specifically named the New Orleans Saints as a potential landing spot. He goes out there and does something like he did today, 9 for 9, 2 touchdowns, 32 other teams are watching. A trade wouldn't necessarily be a punishment, it might be a path to playing time. But for now, the Browns seem committed to giving Sanders a chance to prove himself in-house. So what's really happening? The conspiracy theory got attention, but most insiders, including Barry and local media, pointed to more grounded explanations: fit, personality, interview composure, and locker room dynamics. Sanders immediately accepted responsibility and kept a low profile. His maturity during camp contradicted early criticisms and showed a serious, disciplined approach. His request to keep Dion away His decision to quietly grind and his refusal to complain about the depth chart all suggested a rookie determined to earn it the hard way. The Browns aren't trying to hurt Sanders or stop him from growing. Local media reinforce this. The organization isn't handing him the job either. He has to earn it. His request to keep Deion away, focus on development, and absorb NFL pace shows a thoughtful rookie trying to navigate a challenging environment. Those close to the team say Sanders studies late, asks questions constantly, and stays longer after practice than anyone else. He's not leaning on hype. He's leaning into the work. The preseason opener against the Panthers on August 8th becomes the proving ground. Coaches will evaluate every snap. Will Sanders show timing, mobility, and decision-making? Or will he reinforce concerns? It could define his early career trajectory in Cleveland. If he shines, the conversation shifts from conspiracy to comeback. If he stumbles, the doubts will get louder. This is more than football. It's a son trying to forge an identity beyond a famous father. Deion's recent health battle adds emotional weight. Deion praises his son's self-awareness but remains concerned. The public interest is strong. Sanders' jersey sales are rising. He's active in Cleveland communities. Ken Carman defended him fiercely, highlighting his positive presence and humility. To fans in Ohio, he's already more than just a draft pick. He's a symbol of potential, pressure, and promise. Strategically, the Browns have choices. If Sanders underperforms, they may trade him while value remains. If he shines, he could shift into a long-term backup or even push for future starting roles. The tools are there. Now it's about execution. His preseason performance will determine if he stays in Cleveland or finds a new home elsewhere. Every throw, every read, every mistake, it all counts now. No single headline captures this story. Conspiracies drive clicks. Owner ambiguity caused a stir. But on the field, Sanders is grinding. Local voices defend his effort. Coaches monitor his growth. The spotlight turns to August 8th. Will Sanders seize his moment or remain buried behind veterans? The next few weeks will shape his NFL future. If you found this story compelling, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more deep dive sports stories, and let us know in the comments. Do you think Shedeur Sanders deserves the spotlight? Or is the NFL just being cautious? Your voice helps shape the next episode. The Pittsburgh Steelers are making headlines just days before training camp begins. Two major announcements have emerged that have fans talking. Are these developments cause for concern, or is this just typical NFL business? Let's break down exactly what's happening in Pittsburgh and why the timing matters. Former Pittsburgh Steelers defensive lineman Aide Ogundeji announced his retirement from the NFL on Instagram. He's only 26 years old. This adds to the growing list of young NFL players stepping away from professional football. Ogundeji played for both the Atlanta Falcons and Pittsburgh Steelers during his 4-year NFL career. His retirement announcement came just before NFL training camps open across the league. "I want to thank God for this beautiful, amazing sport," Ogundeji wrote on Instagram. "I wouldn't be where I am in life without it. It taught me fight, discipline, dedication, and so much more." The former Notre Dame standout revealed he went through a difficult period when he realized his playing career was ending. "I was truly scared whenever I realized my time was done. I thought I lost myself and was truly in a dark place. But God and only God made me realize that this is just the beginning and that there is more out there for me." Ogundeji emphasized his commitment to the sport throughout his career. "I was never perfect on or off the field, even though I tried my hardest to be. However, I put everything I had in the sport and had absolutely zero regrets." The defensive lineman expressed gratitude to everyone who supported his journey. "Thank you to everyone who got me here. Family, coaches, friends, and most importantly, my teammates and brothers. I want to thank the Southfield Falcons, Walled Lake Central, Notre Dame, Atlanta Falcons, and Pittsburgh Steelers for giving me this opportunity and all the people who blessed me along the way. All love, Aide out." The Atlanta Falcons selected Ogundeji in the 5th round of the 2021 NFL Draft. He made an immediate impact as a rookie, starting 11 games during his first season. The following year, he started all 16 games for Atlanta in 2022. His career took a downturn in 2023 when injury struck during the season. Atlanta eventually cut him, ending his 3-year tenure with the Falcons. Pittsburgh signed Ogundeji to their practice squad for the 2024 season. The Steelers promoted him to the active roster in October. However, his time in Pittsburgh was brief. The team released him in December 2024. Ogundeji finished his NFL career with 35 games played.